We all know how difficult it can be to reduce your accent, improve your pronunciation, especially if you're trying to do it by yourself. Now the question is it possible? Can it be done in little time? And can it be done even if you're traveling a lot for work or for your personal life? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Hi, I'm Ben Latour. I'm an accent and fluency coach who's been helping busy professionals and expats reduce their accent and speak more confidently and clearly, so that people understand you clearly the first time and your message gets across effectively. Today, I'm going to walk you through 3 things that you can do to reduce your accent, improve your pronunciation, and make sure that you're understood clearly the first time, whether it's for a business trip, a meeting, a pitch, or a presentation. Now, our clients are constantly traveling from Miami to LA to Dubai to Latin America to New York. Wherever they are and whatever time zone they are, they're able to consistently make progress towards sounding better in English. Here's how they do it. These are strategies that our clients use in order to make massive progress in days and weeks, not years of struggling. Now, the first thing that you need to do is to actually use tools that are going to be mobile just like you are. These are tools such as Youglish, Phonetics, and simply tools like Google or Bing. These tools, used in their own specific way, can help you hear things better, pronounce things better, and know how to use words and phrases in context. An example of how you could use this is by first looking up a word on Phonetics. Now, Phonetics does require that you understand the phonetic alphabet. Now, this is something that our clients learn, and there's lots of resources that you can use in order to learn this. You can also follow down below, and I'll teach you this in another video. Now, once you know this phonetic alphabet, it's essentially a key that allows you to know exactly how words are pronounced without having to do the strange guessing because of English weird spelling. Now, you find out how a word is pronounced, and you repeat it over and over and over again, making sure that you're doing it right. Feel free to ask a friend or an expert who's going to be able to tell you if you're saying that word right or not. Next, go to Youglish, which is essentially a database that's going to be pulling native speakers using these words and phrases in context. Now, you can get that same person or different people repeating over and over and over that same phrase. It's great because you don't have to ask your friend to repeat the same thing over and over again, making them quite annoyed. It's fantastic, and you can do it from your phone. Now, the second thing you should do is to actively listen. Now, if you're in a country where the native language is English, this is a lot easier because you can listen to native speakers around you using those words and phrases in context. However, you do want to watch out. If you're trying to learn American English, be careful of listening to British or Australian people because they might use phrases or pronunciation that is a little bit different or sometimes very different from what exactly you're trying to learn. So you have to be careful of who you listen to, but make sure you actively listen. Whether it's a podcast, a TV show, a movie, there are tons of resources out there nowadays that you can listen to. Now, active listening means that you're focusing on how people are saying things. So in this case, let's say you're focusing on the word power. Make sure you're pronouncing that word and then look up a podcast episode that talks about power. Now, if you look in Spotify or Apple Podcasts and you write in the word power, you're going to find lots of episodes that talk about this in one way or another. Now, you can read the description underneath the podcast episode, and you're going to see a lot of other words related to that or related to what they're talking about in the episode. Figure out how those words are pronounced, write them down, and then actively listen to the episode, taking a special ear out for those words. Now, when those words come out, there should be almost a bell going off in your head. Note how they're saying it and pay special attention because they're probably going to say it again soon. Now, the third thing you should be doing is finding somebody who's able to support you through the entire process. Now, pronunciation, accent reduction, these are things that are very difficult to do on your own because your ears naturally forget how to differentiate between sounds, and your mouth forgets that it's actually designed to make any human sound in any human language. Now, whether this is a friend, a native speaker coworker, a coach, you want to be able to find somebody who's going to be receptive to you sending them voice messages, text messages, videos throughout the day, throughout the weeks. Now, this person needs to be very patient because it takes a lot of time and energy. They also have to be able to give you precise, actionable feedback that is appropriate. Now make sure you choose this person correctly. They can be a native speaker friend or coworker, they can be a coach or some other kind of teacher, but this person has to be available on a regular basis, has to be patient enough to be listening to your messages, and this person has to be able to give you specific, actionable feedback according to your level. What that means is that if that person gives you all the information in a way that isn't very clear to you, that information is as good as useless. It has to be adapted to what you specifically need in that moment in order to make your point get across, in order to deliver your message effectively, and ultimately achieve your goals. Now, if you're looking for a friend like this, make sure that you're very nice to them. It takes a lot of energy and time for this person. So you might want to consider giving them gifts or only sending them messages every now and then. It's going to make a very big difference because you need that person to be supporting you through a long period of time. Unfortunately, there is so far no USB key that I can plug into your brain to change your accent right away. It's a skill that you have to learn, but thankfully you can learn it in a very, very short period of time without spending a lot of time throughout your day or without dedicating long blocks of time away from your schedule. So let me give you an example of what our clients do with us. They'll send us a short 30-second, 1 minute, 10-second voice message throughout the day, and these are going to be talking about things that are relevant to them. Now, they're often talking about their business trip or a question that somebody asked them, or it could be a question that they want to ask somebody and they're not sure if they're pronouncing it right. They're able to get very quick, actionable feedback so that they know exactly how to pronounce those things and whether or not it's grammatically correct, if it's the right expression, etc. Now, this is great because it adds up to about 5 or 10 minutes per day, and it can be done from anywhere. If you're able to find somebody to give you feedback in this way, it doesn't matter if you're in a taxi, in an airport lounge, in a restaurant, heck, even in the bathroom. It doesn't matter where you are or even when you are, because you're going to be able to see small incremental progress continuously throughout the day, even if you're in LA, Dubai, Mumbai. It doesn't matter where you are. Now, if you're looking for this kind of feedback and you want to make consistent progress without sacrificing big chunks of time in your day, very simple. Click the link down below to speak to somebody from our team. We'll walk through step by step how this can look like in your specific situation, how you can get that kind of consistent progress and feedback without having to spend large chunks of time away from your busy life. Now, if you prefer to have a friend or coworker to help you through this process, or if you want to be that person for yourself, that's fine too. Just make sure that whoever is helping you is able to give you that feedback, and it's going to hold you accountable to making that progress. It's very easy to realize it's difficult, fall back on old habits, and end up spending years struggling and not make any progress at all. Regardless of what you decide to do, just follow these 3 tips. Number 1, use tools that are available wherever you are. Number 2, actively listen to media in the accent that you're trying to create. Number 3, find somebody who is able to consistently give you feedback wherever you are and whenever. I hope this has been helpful. Like, follow, and comment for more.